Yo. Yo, Mitty, what's up? What's up? I mean, ice cream from Sonic. Nice. We got a Sonic the Hedgehog type of guy here tonight. Okay, let me go to multi-stream. Let's keep the multi-stream up. What's up, Mitty? I'm doing a little mixing on these lead guitars here. I think I found the perfect frequency for this guitar tone here. Right here, it's so smooth and buttery. It's like perfect. Working on that though. Brought the Kindle to school. Yo, decide what's up. I think that at least in the cans it sounds okay. Now, whether or not that's going to transfer well to monitors, I don't know. I can't tell you. But decide what's up, man. You know what sucks about mixing is if you do this right here, it makes it sound like shit. Like if I solo just that guitar tone there. Back into the verse. Yes. We have our octave section. Makes you want to have that run in place. Swear to God, this is almost 2 a day to remember. So back in the chorus. So there are some things that we need to add. What's going on, everybody? Hit that subscribe button if you like what you see, like what you hear. Play triple HHH entrance theme music. Tio, are you, I think I know what you mean. Are you saying an open tuning you want me to recommend you an open tuning riff for you to learn? Is that what you're saying? Let's go ahead and play through this, shall we? I think we should play through this, and the rhythm part, just get the song in mind all the way through, and we really got to get the bass done today. Sorry I didn't get back on last night, you guys. I apologize. What's up, Pam? How goes it? Yeah, man, if you guys like what you see, like what you hear, consider hitting that subscribe button. All right, let's go ahead and play through this. I'm going to turn down the rhythm guitar because we're already double tracked. So we already have guitars that are tracked left and right. But I'm going to play along with it with a guitar that's turned down a little bit. Although it is mono, so All right, whatever. Doesn't matter. Let's go. Gotta let the octaves play here. Thank you, brother. We gotta fix that part. All right, so we know what we got now. We do end up going back into the chorus, and I'll just show you guys that have not heard the song yet. So it goes back into that chorus section. I'll play the last portion of it into this section here. This is why we need bass and some more of those octaves, okay? So we're going to end it on what sounds like a high note, but it's actually down tempo. We gotta fix that part too. Then it goes again, and I'm not sure if I want to end it there and then add maybe like some type of build-up. I'm almost thinking for this last chorus on this end coming out of this, and do like a classic just You know what I'm saying? Have that snare build up, a big long snare build up. It almost works as like a pre-chorus or almost like a bridge to the song or something. But instead of being the actual pre-chorus that we have for the song, it's like the post pre-chorus, if that makes any sense. Yeah, so let's go ahead and wrap into that real quick. Actually, first let's do these octaves. We worked on that yesterday, but then I had to get off. So let's see where we went into. Alright, so I want to take this and go here and then record some guitar for it. But I do think we need to go back just a bit. So I think it's here. Yeah, so that needs to come here, I think. Wait, where would that go? Damn. That's crazy, bro. When did that happen? Wait, didn't that happen a while? Didn't you say that a while ago? Or was that somebody else? That sucks, man. Was it a lab by chance? Labs always end up having those problems. I swear. Okay, so we went ahead and throw those there. Let's check. Do we want to... I feel like we could add some octaves on this second portion of it here, though. That could sort of like spruce up that second verse there, make it different from the first, even though it's the same. So maybe we can come up with something for that. That sucks, man. That's really the only thing you can do if you can't take him to the vet. Sucks, man. Especially knowing the thing that you loved is in pain. The sympathy pains suck. How old was he or she, man? maybe on like the second half of it. This is one of those songs where like bands write it and it's such a pain in the ass to play live. Dude, this is why so many bands these days, mark my words, when you hear that a band needs to have their backing tracks because of the way that the song is written, you can't sit there and say, well, they're not talented enough, that they're so untalented that they can't even play without pre-recorded stuff. Well, the real truth of it is because of shit like this. I'm making a song right now that's going to have two rhythm tracks left and right, and then there's going to be a track down the middle, also known as mono, that is playing an octave, and then a lead as well. So you have four guitars playing simultaneously, and what are you going to do? Have four guitarists that you hire? And then also have the bassist, the drummer, the singer. I mean, that's too many fucking mouths to feed. You know, the computer doesn't need McDonald's budget. The computer doesn't need a beer budget. It's as simple as fucking having that thing go in the front of house. Like, come on. Come on. I subscribed. Jimmy, thank you so much, man. I didn't see it pop up. Maybe I missed it while the music was playing. No, okay. See, it only, and I say this anytime someone says it. I appreciate the sub, though, brother. It doesn't show up on the screen or pop up unless you tap the bell. I don't know why it does that. It's so stupid. And I say it all the time, and I don't know how the fuck to fix it. Okay. Let's try and get that lead part down again for that. And then let's move into the dangerous territory. Just did it. Yeah, oh, I also forgot to mention, if you fucking tap the bell afterwards, then it still doesn't work. Maybe I'll look into that. Maybe I'll look into that soon, because that's so goofy. Nah, man, backing tracks are awesome because it allows you to give. It's like you as I feel like people that are audience members bitching about that is stupid because you're getting a better sounding performance out of the band, something that sounds more like the record because we live in a day and age where it's not like, let's say, Van Halen or something where you have, you know, you're going to have the lead guitar and then the rhythm guitar is just going to be on this side. You know what I'm saying? It's like, that's just how it is. It's not going to be like that. Thank you so much. Dem Homegrown, thank you, man. We Woke the Giants. Bro, We Woke the Giants sounds like 2012 or 2010 metalcore band. I just realized your name. But yeah, I wouldn't really understand the problem with it. Like, it does seem kind of lame that, like, you could not play the show at all without it. But in order to get it to sound like the way it sounds on the record is understandable if you don't have the fucking backing tracks. It's physically impossible for me to have both guitars. I'm playing the lead and the rhythm at the same time. I can't do it. It's not possible. And in order to get that sound and that feel, unless your sound guy has, like, parts where he takes this guitarist, your other guitarist, rhythm, does what this plugin does, doubles it, but has like a slightly different latency on it so that it sounds like there's two guitars playing while you play the leads. You could do stuff like that to like steer away from the laptop, but that's just all pain in the ass stuff for no reason. I mean, you could just have your damn backing tracks. I mean, it doesn't even have to be on a laptop. It can be on a phone. You know, I don't know. I don't think it's that big of a deal personally. Yo, Metalhead, what's up? We were talking about backing tracks, bands using backing tracks. Nice Mind Force tee, brother. Thank you, man. I love it when people know the band on the shirt. I appreciate it, man. We write all. By the way, if you like Mind Force, man, you'll like a lot of the songs that I usually write on here. I write a lot of thrash, especially crossover style thrash stuff. So if that's something you're interested in, my brother, you have found the right place because we do it live on the spot. So today, though, we are doing more of like a metalcore style song, you know, sort of. I say it sounds kind of like A Day to Remember, if you ask me. And that's not really something I listen to all the time, but I try and steer away from, you know, just doing the thrash and the heavy, you know, death metal shit all the time, you know, because it kind of gets boring after a while. Just writing the same shit all the time. Anyway, so welcome in, man. Thank you. Andrew, what's good, my brother? Yeah, we play metalcore and pop punk. So easycore. We don't have a drummer, so we use backing tracks for live shows. Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that. Now, the question begs, are you guys entertaining enough that the drummer not being there doesn't matter? Does it feel off? Like, that's something I feel like you should talk to your crowd about afterwards, people that walk up to you and say, let me ask you a question. Us not having a drummer, does that distract you at first, but then you get used to it because you see that we are, you know, performing and putting on a show? Or does it distract people the whole time? Because I feel like if, you know, it's distracting, then, you know, I would want the band to do something that, and it's just me personally, because musicians are also entertainers. You're both. You are entertaining at the same time as playing music. You can't just be musically talented anymore. You also have to be fucking entertaining. Cali G23, what's good? Thank you for the sub. It's just how it is. Simple as that. All right, so we're coming out of this part. I want to add octaves halfway through. Let's start the song from the beginning, work up to that part. Let's just listen. And by the way, we are going to be writing an intro for this. I have something that I want to do, you know, just more slow to start us off, and then bring us into. And there is no bass yet. That was my lady. What? How did that not restart the song? That's crazy. I have to send something to my lady real quick. Hold on. I'm gonna do the bass for this part. That's doo 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 doo. This is my favorite part right here. Can't wait to add bass. Back to chorus. Alright, sorry about that. Dude, I'm glad you like it, man. Thank you. I'm loving that everyone says it sounds like something different. We gotta fix this part. Callie, what's good? Yeah, we're gonna keep it going. And by the way, I didn't know if you guys could hear me, but I'm loving the fact that everybody says that it kind of reminds them of something else, and it's not like this sounds exactly like this. Because something I take pride in, and I won't go on too long about this, is the fact that I don't know how much people truly believe and how much proof I can give them that literally I start the stream, I grab my fucking guitar, haven't even played all day, maybe I worked all day, busted my ass at work, and then I play the guitar, I come up with something cool, and I sit here and write it with you guys live on the spot. So like it for real, I'm not taken from anybody, I'm not, none of that. It's just we pick it up, we play it, it sounds cool, let's fucking go. I just saw that. Have you checked out Crush Your Soul, Mindforce vocalist second band? I haven't. Let me tell you something though. I've been out of the hardcore scene for quite a while because it started getting just a little bit like that for me, and the people kind of sucked, man. It started getting real bad, but I will say, as much as Mindforce is within that scene, and I do respect the scene that, you know, I grew up in, I feel like it is not what it used to be anymore, and the people are not kind anymore. It's not there. The love isn't there. The feel isn't there. But some of the bands do have good music, and Mindforce being one of them, hence the reason I support them. But I love the Counterparts thing too. I mean, that's freaking great. You know, I've never listened to Counterparts like that. Shit, I might have to check them out honestly because I'm vibing with this. Honest, the closest I can get within like the metalcore sphere of what this is. You want to know what's funny? Here, let me show you something on the guitar. You want to know how this song started? On a riff that's not even in the song yet. It started with me. Let me try and remember it. I gotta turn it back up, sorry. But this is how it all started. Literally, we just finished another song while I was out of town in the hotel, and I just started playing this, and then somehow it morphed into this. You know, something like that, man. Counterparts is dope. They're from my hometown. I actually get tattooed by the guy that did the vocalist. Oh, yeah. I actually, I've seen stuff online. I've seen, you know what's cool as shit? Back in the day, if you wanted to get in the sphere with bands, just be a tattoo artist and be like, hey, I want to tattoo you guys. Boom. Instant coolness level. You're the guy now. You're the guy. You ever listen to Archangel, pure mosh metalcore from Belgium in the 90s? Favorite metalcore band by far. Insane riffs. I'm going to have to check them out. I do know who Archangel is, but like I said, I really, this is the YouTube algorithm live equivalent of pulling a Charizard. Yo, that at first I was like, wait, what? But I'm taking that as the highest of compliments. Thank you. YouTube messed my algorithm up for a multitude of reasons, partially my fault, partially a copyright fault, because I was playing music on the stream, and ever since those 2 streams that I did with putting music on here, boom, numbers plummeted. Nobody can find my stuff. They shadow banned me, essentially. It's crazy. I used to go from like 2 all the way up to like 20,000 viewers that would pass through the stream within one stream, all the way down to like 100 to 200 people that find the stream. I'm not giving up, though. I do it for you guys. So I appreciate that compliment, man. Thank you so much. Yo, T, what's up, man? Been a minute, brother. Oh, I need to call you after this, by the way. Okay, it's about the T-shirts. I got the design. My buddy's going to send me everything. He's getting settled in his new place. We're going to have T-shirts, guys. Thank you, Alex, man. Appreciate you, brother. I'm loving all the new faces in here today, man. Thank you guys so much. But Andrew's here now, so he knows what I'm talking about. He wants this riff in the song. Literally, I put a note in here that says, this might be a bridge for the Andrew A-B part. He really wants this riff in here, so I'm trying to do that. Never been a fan of hardcore myself, so I can't really relate, though. See, I love punk. I used to love punk and hardcore. Like, I used to go see all the, like, older punk bands, like the Addicts, MDC, you know, Millions of Dead Cops. Like, dude, I've seen all those old bands live, and usually when I would go to those shows, it's mainly fucking old heads. I was, like, always the youngest person at the venue. But, like, I met a lot of people, and those people were cool. And then you get into the hardcore scene, and it was cool there for a little bit, but it's like a big ego battle, and I'm not there to have my ego on the line. I'm there to fucking have a good time. You know what I mean? You know, and punk rock and hardcore's always been somewhat related in politics, whatever. And even if it's something I totally agree with or disagree with, I don't care. I'm there to listen to the music at the end of the day. And a lot of the times, it's not even that. It's just literally the people there fucking suck. Like, dude, these people suck. They're so boring. They're like people I would never hang out with. Like, people I wouldn't even bother to have a beer with. And that says something, because I will literally drink with anybody. I will fucking... You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, we were just out of town. We were just out of town on that work trip that I was just on. And the night that I didn't stream because I said I was going to drink with the boys, that night ended with streaking up the hallways naked in the hotel running around last week. So, like, you know, that says a lot. If I won't have a beer with you, that's pretty bad. Yeah, we got it on video, too. Luckily, everybody was passed out in the hotels by them. I'm back. Yo, what's up? What's up? The code. It kind of do sound like an intro, too. I know. That's what I'm saying, bro. That's why I was like, do we make it a new song? I'll play it the Andrew way, with the A and the B thing. Fuck. Dude, I love that little... I love it. If the night don't end naked, what the fuck are you even doing? Right? That's what I'm saying, dude. That night was, bro. There was so much pee in the bathroom, on the floor, bro. I'm telling you, there was so much pee everywhere. It ended to the point where we're all like, all right, let's see who can pee the farthest away from the toilet. How long have you played? Oh, hey, welcome in, Akash O'Neal. What's up, man? Um, it's kind of a long story, but if I tell you honestly, with electric guitar and when I sat down and said I'm gonna take this serious, it's been about 12 years now. But I've sort of had a guitar near or around me my whole life. It was bound to happen. I was bound to play guitar. It was like a calling. I knew how to tune a guitar before I could even do it because my dad would literally be fucking drunk and coked out of his mind just sitting there on the bed with an acoustic guitar like this, like, well, I'm in D right now, but he'd be like, dude, he would do it for like 15 to 20 minutes at a time tuning the guitar because he was just so coked up that he would like think he hears a pitch that's off or something. But I didn't know it at the time when I was a kid. But like, yeah, like, so I knew what it sounded like. And I think that's the reason I can play by ear really well, because I sort of picked that by ear thing up with guitar specifically so early. So anytime I go to learn songs, it's kind of why I don't do covers, because I don't find it to be as much of a challenge usually. And I guess that kind of sounds like a humble brag, but that's not what I mean by that. What I mean by that is just like, it's not fun for me to do it. Like, rarely do I hear a guitar riff and I'm like, gotta learn it, you know. I guess that did kind of come off a little cocky, but that's not how I meant that. You know, glad to be hanging with everyone. Hope everyone's been doing good. What's up, Death? Yo, T, man. Been missing you, my brother. I gotta just blow your phone up. I'm just gonna call you. Okay. I'm glad that we got some new faces and we're talking, but let's get some work done, because I really do want to get this finished tonight. Oh, Lord. Here, I'm going to play the song while I get on the phone. Those of you that just joined, I'll start it from the beginning, and then we're going to get straight to work, all right? I don't know if I want octaves here, though. I want the vocals to shine through. Because my buddy Hayden is definitely going to do vocals on this song. Maybe we'll do our guitar part there. We'll do a lead guitar part there. So let's go back. I'm trying to remember exactly how I played. Let me hear it one more time. All right. Okay, cool. You know what? I don't think it's a bad idea to play that lead guitar again. What I'll do later on though is I'll tuck it in the back a little more. It's already tucked pretty far, but with monitors, I'll be able to get a real perspective of where we want them. We want them to feel buttery smooth, and we really want them to be tucked in the back because that is like a pre-chorus, and pre-chorus also has vocals. So we want those vocals to be able to shine. Not gonna lie, I want to hear the lyrics added. Dude, I tried to get Hayden on the stream, and you know, if that's something you guys are genuinely interested in, you guys need to tell me so I know and that I can get him. I'll be like, dude, look, all these people want to see you come on stream. I'll hook up a mic. I'll give him this mic. I'll hook up the SM7B for myself, and I'll fucking and we'll sit here and do a vocal sesh, man. Maybe I'll even do double cameras and have him. I'll switch to him, come back to me when I'm mixing the vocals and stuff. We can talk about the stuff, do group vocals, everything. Like, if that's genuinely something you guys would want to see, man, then comment below and say that you guys would like to see the vocals added from Hayden. Dude, the bass is going to hit so hard. I just want to get these leads in here. I feel like maybe I should add the bass before the leads. Typically, I would, but I'm going to keep the bass fairly simple and to the point in this song, so I'm not really worried about it like I would if I was going for, like, really grooving out. There's only one section in this whole song that I'm really going to get sort of groovy and busy on the bass. Bro, the SM7B is a great vocal mic too. No, I agree. We bought this microphone. Me and Hayden both bought this microphone here at the same time because I was like, dude, you know, I was making all the vocals work with the worst microphone that I could have possibly been using. And I just was like, let's go get something nice. And we went out, and I think he put 100 down, and I put like 400 or 500 down, and then we bought this mic, and that's how that went. And then of course I record his vocals for free. I've never charged anybody to record over top of my music. That would be stupid. I'm just trying to have fun and make music. By the way, he is going to be coming over this week, this following week, for us to post our music. So if you want to look forward to that, make sure you hit that subscribe button, because we got some cool alternative pop punk Midwest emo stuff that we're getting ready to put out. The band's gonna be called Trash Surfer, unless we randomly change the name. But okay, anyways, enough yapping. Let's go ahead and get these leads in here, shall we? We need some leads. Bro, what if I make the tracks hella long? It's like, hey, where's my session at? It's like, where the fuck does session go? Alright, let's go ahead and do this. We're going to get these leads in here, I think, right after this section. Yeah. I do want to practice through it once or twice, and then we'll be good to go. Yes, if you subscribe, don't forget to hit that bell. It'll pop up on the screen, and I know you're here. Let's go. Gotta make sure I'm not clipping when I do that. I am clipping when I do that. That's okay, fuck it. A little clip, who gives a shit? Let's go through it one more time, and then let's record that, and then we'll get the bass out, and remember, chat, high equals banned. Yeah, you're not allowed to say hi or you get banned. That was sort of a way for me to just get people to comment so it could keep showing up in people's feed. Little bit of masturbate. I mean, just bait. I think I can nail that. Let's go ahead and do it. Master? Bait? Wait a sec. Wait a minute. Dude, I need to get a Stream Deck. Actually, I wouldn't even need to get a Stream Deck. You know what I could do is I have these little triggers on my MIDI keyboard that you guys can't even see. And I could just make the pads. That's what she said. I could just make the pads of it different things, like you know, what, you know, Lil Jon and with the what, or you know, just random shit, funny shit. Yes, like I said last time, Andrew masturbates so much in the shower he gets hard when it rains. It's one of my boss's jokes. What's the door code? Oh Lord, I think that's it. Oops. So, by the way, I'm going to be going camping. Bro, don't do that. Would you ban me for saying I? Yeah. Oh, yeah. We're getting cynical in this piece. Bro, where the hell's AC been? I know Savannah was here yesterday. Where the hell is AC been? I can see her donation yesterday saying Fueguins. Bro, I need her in here so I can say fuck you one more time. All right, let's record this. But we know before we record, we double check the tuning, or the, the tuning. And I want to get this banged out. That's what she said. Dude, that's an idea right there. Let's get Michael Scott saying that's what she said. Anytime we say some no Diddy type shit. Okay, so can I say something? Something I just thought about. So I work with some of like the younger college guys. They'll be on college break and they'll come work for us for a little bit. And let me tell you something. These motherfuckers love Tinder. When we go out of town, they love getting on fucking Tinder. But let me tell you something I did not know, because I haven't been on a dating app in God, who fucking knows. Did you know you can pay to have like some type of premium subscription on Tinder? Is it like more swipes or something? That's crazy. That F sharp G flat was hard for you, eh? Wait, what are you saying? What are you saying? That I ain't doing it in the shower. I'm hard for you? All I had to say was tender, and now he's hard. All right, let's go ahead and fucking get this recorded. I genuinely can't tell you how excited. I usually do get excited for the bass, but like I'm very excited for the bass. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and lock in and cook. So if you are here, hit that subscribe button. Let's get going. Nope. Okay. I hit the record button and I turn into an idiot. Alright, I don't know why that I couldn't remember it as soon as I pressed it. Nah, not solid. I'm trying to nail it in one take, but it's that one transition that gets me every single time. So I might do this in 2 takes. Let's go! Maybe 100 takes now. How was work?
Good.
Very work-like?
Yeah.
Awesome. What in the fuck is going? It's like literally as soon as I press record. Okay, here's what I'll do. Because I'm about sick of fucking this part up. I need a break from it, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the one that we already did, throw it here, and cheat. And then we're going to grab the bass. Because I'm gassed up for it, too. Honestly, I think that that's probably part of the reason I can't focus. Is because I want to get this bass on here. Is that Taylor Swift? Yo, I don't know if she's a Swiftie. Babe. I don't know where she went. Oh. Are you a Swiftie?
A medium Swiftie.
A medium Swiftie.
Why?
Because
Is it
Andrew's.
TS12?
No, Andrew said, "Is that Taylor Swift?" My Taylor Swift.
I don't have a musical bone in my body.
And you could. Metalhead said he doesn't even really know what Taylor Swift looks like, so you could lie about who looks like Taylor Swift, and I believe you.
Look at my necklace.
Nice. Some red balls.
It's a cherry. Thank you.
Yeah. 2 cherries. It's balls. Anything that has a pair of 2 is balls, babe. Duh. Pam says hi. Pam says hi. Hi, she says. Let me make sure the bass is tuned. I had it leaned up against the wall like some type of fucking noob. Hi, Cody Taylor. Hi, Cody's Taylor Swift. Fuck, it's not even plugged in, bro. What am I doing? Oh my god. I did work all day today, by the way. We drove 3 hours. I think it was a little over 3-hour drive, and then worked, and then got home. I literally got home, hopped in the shower, and then got on here. That's how long I was gone. And by the way, I woke up at 3:30 a.m. So, if that tells you anything. I did take a nap in the van on the way up because I did not get any sleep last night. Have you guys ever had those like nights where it feels like you're getting good sleep, but you know that you're only getting like an hour at a time? Does anybody else get like that? Yes, I'm a professional hockey player. I was pro. I got an extreme spiral fracture on my right ankle all the way all the way up. It cracked the ball joint and I was not able to play anymore. No, it's the NHL, not the NFL. I played for Pittsburgh. He sure looks like a football. Oh, I thought you Bro, I thought you said he sure looks like a football, and I was gonna be like, yeah, in my nose if I turn to the side, this big fucking honker. You look like a football, bro. I feel like, hey, chicks dig, football players, so I'll take that. Being the football is like the pinnacle. It's like she's into football players. It's like, yeah, well, I am the football. Got that Hey Arnold ass silhouette. Yo. You did not just hit me with the Hey Arnold, bro. Hey Arnold, listen, bro. Get over here, football head. Do you remember this bitch? I hated her as a kid. What was her name? Helga? Olga? It was Helga, right? Or something like that. Where does it say it? Fuck, Andrew, you distracted me. I'm trying to get this fucking trying to get this fucking song going. You bastard. All right, so for some reason it feels like, let me give myself a little bit more drive, make it a little heavier. Anyways, sounds decent. There's something missing. So I upgraded when I put the new PC up here. I upgraded to the Gojira X or the Parallax X, right? Um, my uncle's smoke stories. Yeah, bro. My on my mom's side, my pap used to always say that he fought Mike Tyson. And I didn't know who Mike Tyson was. So I was like, all right, cool. Like, you fought Mike Tyson. So I used to walk around thinking that my pap beat up Mike Tyson. And I didn't even know who the fuck Mike Tyson was. I was like, yeah, he beat Mike Tyson. I wish I could tell you how I feel about the tone, but I'm on my phone. I know. But Parallax is the GOAT for bass amp sims. Exactly. Just wear headphones, my dude. They'll tell you. Yeah, exactly. It honestly, like, even if you just put one earbud in, it'll help a lot. Because a lot of them have the false low end, and it's fairly accurate. I mean, accurate, but it's enough. So I'm fucking with this bass tone. Like I said, I don't want to have it be like my thrash tones, where it's kind of grindy but has the low end that pops out like a punk band. Like, you guys know how my thrash mixes sound. and that's sort of like my sound for my mixes. But with this one, this is something completely different. This is a song like I've never written before, and I'm looking for a bass tone that I've never really gone for before. So it's kind of, I'm kind of, running blind here, you know? I don't think it sounds terrible, though. I think it sounds pretty good. I don't like that. Too honky. All right, let's run with that. Let's see what this does for us, okay? Let's go. Okay, so you know what's weird? Listen to this. You guys, this is... So this bass tone does not... The bass tone's fine, but the key... I'm playing on this root note up here. Those are the two on the guitar. But for some reason, it doesn't sound right to play it on the root note. It sounds better to play it on the C. I think this is a C right here. On the 8 here. Like, listen. That's so weird. So I think that is part of the problem that I had last time. So let's play the song like that. It's going to be a little weird, but let's go for it. All right, you guys. Maya just texted me. She said, I'm getting something from Burger King. Do you want anything? I don't want anything, but I want you guys to pick an order. First person to Headless Hills guitar. The Invective, I tried the Invective before, and it might have been the speakers, but it was not for me. Youch. Good fucking luck with that, Andrew. What'd Andrew say? I can't even do that. Well, on the opposite side of the state for work, yeah. I'll be here for a couple years. I mean, honestly, dude, if you're making enough money, just buy one of them damn cheaper Jacksons. The Jackson quality control has gotten so much better since 2019, 2020 when they were terrible. And Fender really fixed it up. Their quality control, it might be back to trash, but it was fixed there for a long time. Then they started putting out those US models and everything else. They've really gone uphill. Get yourself a little Jackson or a little Epiphone and a freaking PV Viper amp. Get yourself to jam, man. You gotta jam, Andrew. It was definitely the speakers. Yeah, the amp has this sound to it. No matter what I do, it has this weird mid-frequency that doesn't go away, and I don't like it. It doesn't clash good, and I know I'm going to get fleck for this as well, but, like, there are certain little nuances within pickups that you get even with high-gain tones, and it's very subtle. But when you're used to playing a tone and you know what you're going for and you can't get it, then you know that it's the other new thing that you're trying. So I think like it doesn't mash well with the pickups that I usually use. Was it the Sheffield cab from PV? No. No, it was the Invective itself, which I think the Invective comes with, isn't it G set or T75s? It's either G or T75s with vintage 30s, right? Or is it just the T75s? Wait, what? Tell her to use the Walmart Plus app if you have to if you have it to get a discount on Burger King. Okay, you're going to have to explain why that works, but okay, I'll tell her. They say use Walmart app, Walmart Plus. Walmart Plus app for a discount on Burger King. I just put Burger King. Oops. On Burger King. I don't know. I really don't want anything crazy. Like, I don't even like eating fast food that much. I might, honestly, I have a bone-in pork chop downstairs in the fridge, one that I didn't cook up last night. I might just cook that for myself. Maybe I'll get like a milkshake or something. Just a milkshake. I'm really not a big fan of fast food. No chocolate. There we go. Boom. Yeah, I have all of my PV cabs are the oversized, and I love them. I also have a Randall, and I sold a lot of my amps. Like, I sold a lot of my stuff because I realized doing all of this, I don't need all of it, and it just is pointless. So I'm left with the smorgasbord of the PV Stealth 50 watt, the Mesa triple rectifier, the very rare PV block letter, the Marshall JCM 2000, a Marshall JCM 800 modded into the chassis of a 1950s tube radio, 1950s tube radio, and then an orange TH100. The only other amp that I own besides those is a Randall Satan, or no, it's a Randall Diablo. I always say Satan, but the Satan was Ola England's signature model. It's the Diablo. Alright, you son bitch. What the hell was just playing over top of that? There's another track just laying over top of that's weird. That's weird. I must have accidentally copied a track from somewhere. Okay, it doesn't matter. I'm figuring this bass tone out. Alright, I'll catch you. Okay, so right now it seems like the bass is not loud enough. So the input is too far, but the output is not far enough. You erased it yesterday and recorded. May have left a cookie crumb. Are you talking about that track that I left? Because that was literally just I don't even know how that could have gotten there, because that was just the pre-chorus. It was a pre-chorus guitar part. It's so weird. All right, but I think I'm closer to the guitar tone that I want. Yeah, maybe I need the mids to go up a little bit. Let me... Okay, here's what I'm going to do. So, one cool thing, anyone watching that does production, you'll probably already know about this, but what I love about the Fab filter is it has the analyzer. What the analyzer does down here is it gives you an external spectrum, and basically what the spectrum is it gives you a real-time look at the frequencies that are interfering with whatever instrument you pick. So right now I have the bass. If I pick the guitar, I want to see how they're clashing together. So I'm going to pick guitar left. Boom. And then it shows up on the screen. It'll show in red in bars where it's those frequencies are clashing. That doesn't mean you have to cut them. Clashing frequencies doesn't always matter. You don't want a pristine mix or you end up with a boring mix. Perfection is boring. But what I will say is that it helps you out a lot with saying, this is why the bass tone is not sticking out or poking out the way that I want it to, because this guitar tone is very scooped in the mids. So what I actually want to do is bring some mids in the bass and have sort of a midi bass tone that's giving some tonalities. So that's sort of where I'm at right now. So it's clashing where guitar tones usually clash, and it is around the 100 hertz area, which that's okay, because at the end of the day, I like to cut my guitars pretty far. So we're going to actually cut about 120 out of here on the left and the right, just to get that sound for you guys listening on the channel here. I don't have any post going on with the guitars either. Literally, I just have this high pass here. Honestly, the mids are scooped. You can see that they're kind of scooped on that guitar tone, but in the bass, the mids are very scooped, as you can see here. And I turned down that 500. I'm going to keep that back to the middle there and actually probably turn up that 1500 right there, which is usually for the guitar, but we want some of that distortion from the bass. So some of that distortion, that grindiness will come from that 1500 range. Hear what I'm saying? Now if I turn it back down, see how much of a difference that is just from that little bit? Those of you that have headphones in will hear that. a sub. Keep going. What's up? Good to have you, brother, man. Thanks for joining. All right, let's start it from the beginning of the song. Well, the beginning. We're still gonna be writing an intro. So on the guitar, let's go ahead and do this. Maybe I think I might bring this mid level up. We're not really cutting in at all in the mids, and I think we can afford to have it. All right, let's keep going. All right. How's everybody doing, man? We are getting to the end of this stream now, so, we are really freaking, not to the end of the stream, but to the end of the song. We're getting to that point. Doing great, Pam. Awesome. Yeah, so can you explain to me why you said that the Walmart Plus app is associated with Burger King? Great to know, T.O. Good, good, good. Like knowing that the peeps are good. Everyone's doing good. You know, I want you guys to tell me whether we move on with something else or, part of the song or whatever. You guys tell me. I know right now we're just running through the song. Nothing wrong with that. But, I figure... Wait, what is this? There we go. That's so crazy. I mean, Walmart online has basically become the ghetto Amazon. Could you tell me the riff, please? What riff? The what you were talking about when we first started the stream? The open tuning? I can tell you my favorite open tuning if that's what you're asking. Is that what you're talking about, T.O.? Like a good open tuning? Could you tell me the riff, please? I'm not sure. Yeah. Like I need an open tuning and a simple riff in that tuning, please. That's interesting. So as far as simple, that's kind of hard to really give you any. I would say look up Free Throw. They have really good songs that, and I've seen you play guitar. You could definitely read those tabs and figure that out. But D A C A G sharp. Fuck, what is it? Fuck, I can't. The book's over here. Hold on. I'll tell you. Give me a second. I always forget it. But my favorite is, this one. D-A-E-A C sharp E. That's my favorite open tuning. And a lot of bands go based off of that tuning. There's slightly different variants of it. It's pretty much open. It's either open D or open E. I think it's open E. I can't remember. But yeah. So it's D-A-E-A C sharp E. That's my favorite one. You'll instantly find the tone that you're looking for. Not the tone, the sound that you are looking for when it comes to like Midwest emo style. It'll literally change the way you play guitar, man. I'm telling you. I'll even type it in the chat to make it easier for you. D-A-E-A-C sharp E. There you go. It's a great tuning. Yep, that's it right there. Love that tuning. All right. I think I think I'm just gonna start recording the bass. I'm not 100% sold on this bass tone. If I'm being honest, like I'm very close, and I think that it feels close, but I don't know, man. There's just something about it that is not hitting right in the mix, and I don't know what the hell it is, but I need to figure it out because it's bothering me that I can't figure it out. Hi, cheese. Hi, girl. What you doing? Hi, girl. I've been gone all day. I got home and fed them, then let them outside. Thanks, Cody. I'm just trying to find like a really simple and short riff in any open tuning. Well, a lot of them will use that tuning, but like I said, look up the band Free Throw, and they have a lot of simple, cool riffs in those tunings. Trying to think of what songs. Metallica. No, we're writing a song on the spot, my brother. Okay. Hey, get down from there. Alright, fine. You can chill for a minute. For a minute. Let's record the bass, and I'll work out the bass tone while I have it, okay? Okay, that's a solid take. Solid doesn't mean that it's permanent, though. Thank you, Pam. Let's keep going. I can tell I'm starting to get hungry because even though I'm drinking water, my mouth is like getting dry. You know what I mean? Let's re-record that part. That last part of it. Let's just re-record the whole thing. keeps giving me this weird thing in the beginning. Jeez. So the part that I really want to fix is that last portion there. Yo, Cody, quick memory test. If you fail, you are a drug addict. What did you have for breakfast on August '89? French toast, sausage, and eggs. And that's my story. I'm sticking to it. What is 8 on August? Oh, August 8th? Alright. Then probably nothing. A lot of times I don't eat breakfast. Wait, August 8th. I think I was out of town. So I ate yogurt and oatmeal at the hotel bar thing. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Should have chose another date. Yeah, you should have. You lost. I'm just guessing though, honestly. If I'm home though, I really don't be eating breakfast like that. Like I'll make breakfast for Owen, but I don't really always make it for myself. Like usually I'll skip breakfast or eat something really, really small. Having copyrighted videos ruins your views. It ruins monetization. It it's like a whole thing how they have it set up. But especially with the live videos, you can get in trouble, and when you get strikes on your channel, they'll basically shadow ban you. If they don't ban your account, what they can do, and not to get political, but a lot of times when this is why it's important to have certain types of social media that allows everything on it, because then at the very least you know that there are other opinions about things. But like, I won't say too much, but we'll just say starts with G, has two O's, and ends with LE in it. Has two G's, two O's, ends with LE in it. But there are certain things that you can search on that search engine and will not show up, even though they are factual. They've been called out on it, and I feel you on that, Pam. But basically, they have censorship over whatever the hell they want, and they can shadow ban certain videos or certain types of things. Like I think the most recent one that YouTube got called out on was actually the Joe Rogan with Trump. That was the most recent one because because Joe Rogan has such a big pull. Him interviewing him before the campaign they basically, he put it on YouTube, and nobody could find the the um the interview. So it was like they basically shadow banned it because they are a liberal media, and they don't want that type of media getting out to people, which is fucked up. I mean, at the end of the day, no matter what I believe in, you should have the right to say however the fuck you feel. That doesn't mean I'm not going to argue back with you about it, but you should be able to say it. That's the point of this country. Unless you want to be a goddamn communist. My long term memory is good, Pam. My short term memory is dog water. It is bad. You kept the lavender. Are you talking about the color of the base? Hell yeah. Whatever colors you guys give me, I like to ask you guys for the colors, cuz it makes it fun. You guys pick the damn colors. But this session's been here for a while. I actually copied over um you know, Alzheimer's sounds ridiculous, but it's terrifying. Yeah, I know. Something I think about quite frequently is how I really, really want to start doing like brain memory exercises while I'm young to keep it sharp, because it does scare me that at such a young age, and I think that it might just be an attention thing. I don't necessarily think it's like I completely forgot, because I've been working on it big time, and it has been helping a lot. But like I said, the short-term memory is really bad. I've told you guys about the story about I had to go to court, and I woke up to go to court, got dressed and everything to head to the courthouse, and I ended up forgetting about it somehow, and going to work, and didn't remember until I was at work. And actually, I think what happened with that, I showed up because I called the day off or something, and they were like, "You're not on the schedule. I thought you had court today." And then I was like, "Oh shit!" I'm starting to remember that now. I forgot that happened. But yeah, I literally went to go to work, and like that's when I remembered. So it used to be real bad. I think I'm gonna do that for the bass. Let's do that. Dude, that's gonna be sick, actually. That's gonna make it sound so much better. Ah, gotta get that last part. I think we record. Okay, hold on. Idea. Try to do something like that. Is like somebody in the morning tells you 3 words, and when you get back home, you're gonna tell that person those 3 words, or more depending. Yeah, that's true. That's true. It could honestly be that easy. Like I could just do it like that. That would be the simplest way to do it. To start anyways. I know that they have a lot of apps on the phone and they let you use it like 1 day free and then you got to pay after that. And I'm like, come on, bro. right, that one was okay. I'm gonna actually keep that one, but I'm gonna throw it on this muted track and record one more to try and get that one that was kind of trying to get your money out of your pocket. Well, there's one, I can't remember what it's called. My brother actually showed me it, and they have all different types of like brain exercises, and it's a really cool one, but you have to pay a subscription for it. I'm like, eh. Oh yeah, we gotta fix that guitar part there too. I forgot about that. There we go. I think I should do a bass slide there. Yeah, we can do that. Thank you, T.O. We're getting there, man. We're getting there. Did you get a cooling tower for your streaming room? No, actually, I thought I told you guys this, but I didn't because I didn't end up streaming that day. So my boss actually ended up, because I told him, I'm like, man, I gotta fucking spend money for something that'll fit in that freaking window in that room. And he's like, oh yeah, I have one I replaced. I'm not using it anymore. You can borrow that one. I said, fuck yeah. So I go to put it in here, and I'm like, this big ass tube's gonna be in the way. It's gonna be annoying, but I'll figure it out. We'll make it work. We'll stay nice and cool. So now I tried it. It did not fit in the window, and it was not gonna work. On top of that, that tube was gonna block the desk. Very frustrating. But it does fit. I have a sunroom before you walk in the house. I have like a sunroom there. So you walk in the house, there's a sunroom, but that room is always hot as fuck. So what I did was I put it in the sunroom to cool that from any of that hot air that goes up the steps and comes up here. And as well as what I've been doing is at nighttime I turn the AC down to low because it's nighttime, and I forget to turn it up until I'm about to stream. So now what I've been doing is as soon as I get home or hours beforehand, whenever the sun is blasting on that side, I turn the 2 AC units that are in the other rooms and I blast them. And then I put the fan by the door, blow in that air, and then when I stream I put it right here. I still want to get something else, but we're like nearing the end of the year, and anything that's gonna work, like those swamp coolers, I'm gonna have to spend like $300. So yeah, anyways, I found something that works downstairs and keeps that room cold, which I think prevents a lot of hot air coming up those steps. So even if it's 1 or 2 degrees, it helps a lot because then that cold air can focus on coming to that fan and then coming in here. Like right now, the room feels great. But it's also 9:30 at night. Hell yeah. Okay, I'm gonna do a quick copy and paste of the chorus. Okay, let's record for that. I think I might want to add something more to that riff, but for now we're gonna keep this. Song sounds awesome. Dude, thank you so much, Pam. I keep feeling like, you work on a song for so long, you start to get the feeling of like, this sucks. Why am I even doing it? You know? So it's good to hear it. That's why bandmates are good sometimes. Cause you guys are pretty much my bandmates. You know what I mean? You know what else I think we should do? We should have a build up with the toms there, like the. Gonna pencil some MIDI in here. What if we did a pause right after it as well? So, like, what I mean by that is. Like we have that pause there, and then just with the guitars we do a. You know, I think that could be sick. Let's hear it from the beginning. Hi, Millie. Okay, so in order to get what we want there, I'm going to do my classic reverse cymbal. Maybe we'll do it like this. So it would be... Maybe. So that can be there. And then we can add like that. It'd almost be cool to do like the old classic shotgun. Let's try it. We have all the bass we need. All right. I'm going to see if my milkshake's here. Does she not bring it up? Alright, for anyone joining, I'm just going to start the song from the beginning so you guys can hear it. So we can do that with both the guitars. Yep. Let's do it. So it'll be 1, 2, 3. I don't know, maybe something like that. Lonnie, what's up? Welcome in. So that sounds good right there. I think that might work. I don't know. We'll find out. Let's do one more and then see how this comes together. We'll see. It's not perfect, but let's just get the general idea there. Now let's see what it sounds like adding those guitars there. Let's hear that whole build up. She's my friend. Awesome. I love that. Nice to have you. I think we need to add it somewhere else. Hold on. Yeah, I don't think that's where I want it. I think we need to add it on the 1, 2. Let's see what that sounds like. Also, I don't like where it's at. Yeah, we're writing the song right here, right now. With a Burger King milkshake. Let's get it. Let's do this part. Hear what the transition sounds like. Start it from the beginning, okay? Let's try and see what this sounds like. Let me try. Let's see what sounds like. Right there. I think right there is going to be good. Now let's record one more of those and then see what it sounds like. Hopefully it's cool. Maybe. Okay, now let's throw this back up. I can also automate those somehow, but yeah, let's start the song from the beginning, see how it sounds now. Excuse me. Whew. All right, let's do it. Let's go. We still got to get the intro. Welcome in, Lonnie. What type of music do you listen to, Lonnie? I think I'm pronouncing it right. And then it just sort of loops back into there. Yo, drones, what's up? Um, Lonnie, so typically for the streams, what I use is the Gojira X. Um, but for this song, because this song is a little bit different than what I usually write, usually I'll write more heavy stuff or even like pop punk. But this kind of has like both aspects to it if you think about it. But to answer your question fully, for this guitar tone, I'm using the STL Tonality Josh Middleton, the guitarist from Silosis. So this is his tonality suite, and it has a Mesa dual rectifier, a PV triple X, and what's the third amp? Oh, duh. It's a PV 5150. It has those three in it. For the bass, I'm using Neural DSP's Parallax X. And then for the guitar tones, I'm just using the Neural DSP Gojira X again. And then, of course, good old Easy Drummer, the Metal Machine kit. That's how we're rocking. Oh, nice. Actually, I don't know what does that look like. I'm gonna look that up. I don't even know what that looks like. What's his name? Marco Swogli. Nice. I love me a Strat. I really do. Yeah, this tone specifically, I'm trying to get more of like that buttery smooth kind of sound, like the rectifiers have. They're that fuzzy kind of smoother tone. It just works really good for those types of riffs. This thing's cool. I'd play it. Then again, I love Charvel guitars. I don't like that it has EMGs in it. I'm not a big EMG guy myself. I used to not mind EMGs, but they just sort of became something that I was not too much of a fan of. Although I do think it's pretty cool that they have the what are they? The single coils. I'm trying to remember the exact name of the single coils, but either way, it looks like an EMG 81 mixed with those single coils in there. Dope guitar, dope guitar. Can't lie, I'd play it. Is there other colors of it? Or is it, oh, it's the signature, so it would have to be that. It would have to be that. Ooh, look at this green. I do love me some green. My favorite part about Charvel is like every guitar you can adjust the truss rod right there. Yep. Anyways. You gotta have the overdrive in front of the 5150. I got a bunch of overdrive pedals, like actual pedals. There is a 5150 in this plugin, and it's great. But, honestly, I've just... Something about the 5150 that doesn't hit as well with me, like with the guitar tones, that it does the thing for sure, but I like using it not with thrash tones. Like when I'm finding thrash tones, I like my Marshall, and believe it or not, the The Mesa. Gotcha, gotcha. We're not doing any covers, Drones. I appreciate you being here, though, man. I really do. I mean that from the bottom of my heart, man. The thing is like, I've thought about doing some streams where I do covers, but if I do, it's gonna end up being stuff that I want to play, and not necessarily stuff that people want to hear. Yo, Flyboy. Yeah, you gotta have the OD, man. Come on. I wasn't a big EMG fan for a long time either, but I grew to like them. That's how I was with this guitar. Oh shit. I'll just look it up because I have like 6 guitars sitting there and I don't want it to get knocked over. So I'll just look it up and show you. Which isn't as cool, but yeah. Hey, thank you for the sub. Who was it? Flyboy. Thank you, man. Thank you for tapping that bell too so you get notified on the screen. Appreciate you, man. It's the EC. Oh yeah, it's the EC. Is it 450? I can't remember what it is. I might have to look it up. Oh no, it's the EC401. That's what it is. I think so. No, it's not this one, is it? Damn, someone's selling one for a good price on Reverb. I don't even know if they make them anymore. How can I look this? It won't let me zoom into it. What the heck? There we go. So this guitar right here. I hope that you can see it. This has the EMGs in it, and I've never been a fan of the EMGs, but I ended up loving this guitar so much and playing it so much that I got used to it. And then when I stopped playing it, it was like, I don't like EMGs anymore. You know what I mean? The best way to describe it is it compresses like top end frequencies. It's so weird. I hear that. What P-ups you have in that? You're welcome. Always like hearing people play the 5150, but I never liked the 5150 myself. That's similar to how I feel about it, but there are times where I do like to plug into my 5150 because I have the 5150 original block letter, and then I also have the Fender when Eddie went to Fender and they started making the 5153. So I have the 5153 Stealth up here, and I do love that amp. That amp is great. Like, it sounds great just playing from it like that. With no overdrive. Like, you really don't need an overdrive for that one. But the pickups that I have in this, I can never for the life of me remember what these are actually called. I used to think that they were the Fishman Fluence Classics, but I think that the best way to tell you what's in this guitar is to look up the guitar. Okay, so here's this guitar. This is style 2. So right here. Black ash. No, that's not it. No, this is it. Alright, so let me look real quick. It is the Open Core Classic. That's what it is. Yeah, it's the Fishman Fluent Open Core. Great pickups. I know I got cheese over here. Yeah, those pretty much changed the damn game, honestly. If you really think about it, like people can now buy a 5153 for, fair price for a tube amp and have the Fender clean channel. So now you get a Fender clean channel in the amp. You get a the lead channel, and you get the crunch channel, the blue channel, the blue, the red, and the green on there. And I mean, they're all great in their own way. A lot of people say that they don't like the red channel, that it's a little too much. But personally, I like taking the red channel and having it low and then boosting it and then throwing up the gain just a little bit on my Horizon Devices Precision Drive. And it's beautiful. And thank you for saying that the mixes sound good. This so far is actually not even really mixed yet. Like, the only thing, like, mix wise that I have on it so far is the guitars are EQ'd at a high pass at 121, and other than that, everything else is just, stock, doing it within the plugin. Nothing has truly been mixed yet, so I can only imagine how good this one will freaking sound once I'm done with it. And I was telling, by the way, those of you that just joined, before I hop back in here, I told my buddy that this following week coming up, I'm getting ready to go camping tomorrow and the next day, so I won't be streaming. But next week, the following week, I'm going to have him come over. I want to show him this song, and he might be putting some vocals to it. So that's something I'm going to try and make happen. You guys will get to see the raw process of a vocalist struggling to try and freaking hit the freaking notes. Because this one's definitely going to have some harsh vocals, some, what do you like to call them? The harsh screams with the singing on top of it as well. So this would be cool. I would really like to hear a female vocalist over top of this one, though. So let's start the song from the beginning. Let's hear it out. And maybe I'll try and work on the intro a little bit. The only reason I don't say growling Pam is because I'm thinking they will be less of like metal vocals, and they'll be more of like sort of the vocal fry, like more of that harsh, raspy, sort of like you're yelling type of screams. Like it's just adding that vocal fry to your vocals. What is FFPD again? It honestly doesn't sound too bad coming out of that and just going in straight into that. Jinx. Got you. But yeah, more of like the um raspy style of stuff. That's what I'm thinking these vocals sounding like. I mean, what do you guys think like when you hear this song? What type of vocals do you hear in your head? Like any specific band's vocalist or um, male, female, double tracked or quad tracked? So I did think about quad tracking this one, but I feel like with the guitar tone, I don't know. I don't feel like it's needed. Like and to be quite honest, there is something I need to fix. Actually, I'm glad you said that. There is a guitar part in here I need to fix. I think it's this. Yeah, I'm a fix that. Um, but it's double tracked. And the only reason I didn't quad track with this one is because the guitar tones are already so thick. I think that it does itself that justice. I don't really feel like it needs that big wall of sound. But if I were to do it, the way that I personally would do it is I'll show you the EQ how I have it here. So with the Fab filter, I have it cut at 120 for the guitars, left and right at about 120. I'd probably go all the way up as far as like 140, 150 with the next guitars and have them turn down lower and then slightly move things like the presence or the mid-range knob on the amp, just something slight just to slightly change them for phase reasons. Not that it should matter, but just in case. And then quad track that way, just so they are there. They're not equally as loud, but it is quad tracked, something like that. And it does make a difference, and it does make it feel more full. But I don't feel like this song specifically needs a more full feeling. Like that bass is really covering it, like pretty good. Yeah, definitely try it. The the quad tracking's cool, but if you add too many of the guitars at the same volume, it kind of like the way I'm thinking of it is like I want to add tonal elements to the song. I'm not trying to I want those two main tracks to be there. And then the other two that are quad, they're also going to be left and right, hard panned. But I want them to be playing as a slight accent adding to the wall of sound rather than it just being four guitars, you know, big wall of sound. Just I would rather it be more for something like this. If I were to do it, it would be more of a subtle quad track, I should say. But yeah, I always try and make everything a little different. Like even with these left and guitar tracks with the plug-in, I think I switched the microphone on the cab, just moved it slightly a little bit, and then on the amplifier, moved the presence, a little bit of the gain, and the mid and treble. So, yeah, even with these two, I did that. The way I used to record my old band was sort of because it was thrash and I wanted to have that raw sound, was have one guitar plug in, two of the same plugins, but this amp with that cab, this amp with that cab, different mics, different tones, but they collide pretty good. So it has that more like raw feel to it. So just, trying to give it that real feel. Anyways, that's what I'm thinking. I don't think it needs a quad track. I mean, I very well could turn these guitars down probably like 2 to 3 dB each and then just quad track it and have a nice big thick sound, but I really don't think it needs it. It kind of sticks out, you want the riff to kind of be there. And when you quad track, you in a way, unless it's really tight and depends on the guitar tone, it sort of muddies it up a little bit and gets rid of some of that sound, that tone, and the guitar riffs, especially with fast stuff, shit like that. It's like it's got to be really freaking tight. Um, I don't like this guitar tone for fast stuff like that. It's just not meant for it. Dude, that is like the hardest type of guitar picking for me. And usually I'm pretty good with it, but anytime you have to go from like down picking into multi-string alternate picking, like with the dude, that just I mean, you could down pick it, but it makes it harder. Anyways, I got a little carried away. I've been playing this riff for a couple days now, so forgot what it was like on the other side. All right. Let's try and goof around with the front there. I did work all freaking day, and we've been streaming for, we're coming up, we're 10 minutes away from 3 hours. So, I'm probably, let's mess around with the intro. Let's listen. Oh, let's fix that one part. Mess around with coming up with an intro, and then let's, the drums. Let's listen for some drum fills that could potentially get some attention to them. You know, we don't want repeated drum fills and stuff. Things like that that we don't worry about in the beginning. And for the most part, the song will be done. Although, for the stream, it will be done. There's little things I'll do off stream since this is like a keeper. And, yeah. Let's tune this guitar up. Fix that part. I'm just going to straight up chill for the rest of the night. Honestly, I'll probably get off of here and then fucking turn something on the TV and just I'll end up just passing out. Although I will say the triple rec does have such good feel for the hi cheese. What's up, baby girl? Does have good feel for the hardcore stuff. It gives it makes it almost feel like it has that raw feel, you know? You know? I love it. Hi, Cheese. I don't know if you guys can see Cheese on the desk or not, but she's here. She's just chilling. Oh, by the way, I got the... Remember I told you guys I was ordering this? It's basically a tripod for the wall. It's just a wall mount for the camera. And I had to, like, I almost sent it back, but I was like, no, let's see if I can take some of these pieces apart. Turns out they do unscrew. So I was able to take everything apart and then come up with this contraption with this joint here, this ball here, and this side here. So this is going to go in the wall. I'll mount it tomorrow, and then the camera will be here. And I'll mount it straight up so the camera sits on it, and then I'll move it however. But it's not going to be like how I told you guys it would be, where I'm able to just move it around everywhere. I didn't get the one that was like that. I thought I did, but I didn't. So maybe when I get some more money, I'll invest in getting one like that. Because it would be nice to have for when I'm, you know, showing you guys how to put your guitars together the right way and work on your stuff. Hi, baby. Don't be going on that keyboard. Let me go ahead and save this project. We do have an animal on the desk, and let's just play it safe. The other cat is called Biscuit. Cheese and Biscuit. Dude, if I get a fourth cat, maybe we can consider calling him Biscuit. There's no way I'm getting a fourth cat, though. I cannot. What's in your ear, girl? Ew. Ew. You nasty. Yeah, I need to get, well, actually, I have the stuff for it, for ear mites. So I'm going to start putting them on that. Hi, girl. I know she needs it bad. I don't really think she has... I think she has what is called the yeast ear or whatever. But you know, they go outside, so they need taken care of. Anyways, let's get to work on this. We're probably just going to have to record that whole little build up there. So let's drag the old ones down. I don't want to delete them just in case we don't nail it right now. Okay. Guitar's tuned up. We just tuned it. Why does that sound so loud? Oh, because this is... Sorry. Would you... Frickin' cheese. Thank you. Alright, let's get it. I'm gonna have to get that timing down. Matter of fact, let's do it again. That could have been better. I think that was a pretty good take right there for the left guitar. Now let's do the right. Ah! I didn't get it there at the end. That's okay, though. We can actually save it, because it was pretty good. Delete that. We'll delete up to here with that pause. Then we'll just literally count to 4. Boom. Alright, there we go. Now let's hear it. Beautiful. Here's what I'm going to do. So you hear how the bass, listen closely, how the bass comes in right before the guitar. You hear that? You hear that? So what I'm going to do to fix that is I can press Alt on the keyboard and cheat and move it in. Because it's just this part, I want to take where that first big transient there is, put it there, and that should fix us up. Boom. Done. Now it's sounds real good. It meets up with the rest of it, and we're good. What I could technically do, like if you were being really picky and you wanted to hear how something sounds, you could technically do this, play it, and then solo it and loop it like this. To hear exactly what the sound is, because the sound after it is this. Oops. And you can hear that that's much more of the bass actually hitting. So that's why I went and put that transient there rather than having it in the other spot. Anyways, moving on. And those of you that don't know what a transient is, the transient is the first peak when your note hits. So if I go up here, all of these are transients, okay? This is the start of it. The best way to describe it is with a snare, it kind of looks like this. A snare hit when recorded looks kind of like how this bass is, but without this squiggly line. There's a big hit, and then it just sort of goes down like that. Instant hit, transient goes down. Let's see here. Just getting rid of some drums and some things that we don't need here, stuff that's not getting used. Like that. Like this. Okay, we fixed that part. Now let's try and do a little something with the intro. I don't know if I'm going to use this guitar tone for it, but I do want to like come up with something cool. I have, this says equalizer. I have no fucking clue how to use this. This thing is so goddamn confusing. Like, it really is. Like, okay, if we take a look at it, these two right here are brown. These three are small. These 9 in the middle are the same color, but the 3 right here are small. Then these 2 are this weird greenish color. Like, I just don't get how the hell it works. It's just too confusing to use. I wish that they would have given you a better option for this. It's the one thing I really dislike about this plugin. Alright. feel like it should go slower. All right, my brother. Go ahead, go to sleep. Good stuff, Tio. Thanks for sticking around. I'm getting ready to get off myself. We've hit the 3-hour mark, and the only thing left is to do this intro. And I don't really even know if I'm 100% sold on it. So I think what I'm going to do is actually I'll record it just to have it. Then maybe try and figure out if that's really what we want to do. Because a song could start off like this. We just have some type of talk intro or something like that. And then, boom, we can keep it just like that. I think I'm figuring out how I actually want to do it. So I'm pretty happy about that. But yeah, dude, it's been a long day, man. I've been up since 3:30, and we're rolling at, we're gonna be pushing 11 o'clock here soon. So yeah, we're coming up on almost 24 dang hours. So yeah, I'm gonna hop off here, you guys. Everything sounds great though, man. Thank you guys so much for sticking around. Appreciate all you guys. I'm gonna go chill downstairs, relax for a little bit. But yeah, I think that it would sound really cool to add that for the intro. I'll play through that one more time, just so I don't freaking forget how to play it. You get the point. It's gonna sound cool. Thanks for the invite to the stream, Pam. I subscribed. Yo, thank you so much, Lonnie. I do appreciate it. We're actually getting ready to shut the stream down. Your boy's been up since 3:30. Appreciate you being here, and definitely hope to see you in the future. With that said, Pam, thank you for inviting people, man. Thank you for sharing the stream. Yeah, I'm tired, and your boy is gonna go chill on the couch with his stomach full of Burger King, talk to my lady a little bit, and then go to sleep. So, yeah, man. I'll check you guys later. Peace.